You're now tuning in to the Ambitious Views podcast, where we share unique perspectives on storytelling within film and television from the past, present, and future. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So let's get to it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Views podcast. Blaze, it has been a while. How are you doing today, sister?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. This past month has been treating me right, and I'm ready to go on vacation.
You need some vacation time.
hmm
Ain't nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
trying to
Ain't
be
nothing
like
wrong with
you.
that. Be like me, shoot. Don't
Yeah.
be like me. Be better than me, because I barely be anywhere. It's kind of funny. It's like I go from barely being anywhere, and I feel like the moment that I have been going on vacations lately, it'd be like a moment like, oh, dang, okay. You see what you did
hmm
there? You know. So, but that's cool. No, I'm definitely with you on the vacation side. We trying to hold out as long as we possibly can, and then also seeing how much longer we gonna last in this apartment.
I try still having problems.
It's
You don't
not
want no
the,
problems,
I'm
problems.
gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, well, I'll tell you off the air. I ain't gonna tell you, just in case people following me. But it's been some funny situations coming up, been happening, but it
Oh
ain't
no.
is yeah, it's been trippy. So, but anyway, again, y'all, we back again. Gonna be getting into it. We are talking about Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle. All right, so we've been waiting for a pretty good while to see the follow up to the last season. For some of y'all may have really enjoyed the last season. For me, it's kind of like, man, let's get to the good stuff, and then it did, and then boom, it was over with. But I'm definitely will say that at least for me, I don't know about Blaze. We're gonna see what come out of Blaze's mouth today, but for me, I definitely feel like the wait was worth it. And so we're just gonna jump into it. We are jumping into it pretty early. So if you haven't seen it already, um, then spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. That's all we're gonna be talking about. But if you're right, if you don't really care for that, then tune in because we're gonna try to dive into all of the things that at least we thought we caught. So
hmm
but of course, before we get into that, Blaze, it is time for you to do your what is this. Now, since it's been a while, I'm going to remind y'all what this is. All right. So basically, we take turns. Blaze is already smiling. We take turns. All right. Coming up with one TV show or movie, and we have to name a person, place, or thing that relates to that one TV show or movie. All right. And so last time, 1,000 years ago, when we talked about Fantastic Four, it's my turn. Now, this week or this episode, this is Blaze's turn. So, Blaze, I'm going to hand it over to you. What you got? What you got?
All right. So I'm gonna give you 3 words.
Oh,
You gotta tell
goodness.
me what character I'm talking about.
I am scared.
You ready?
No. I feel like you're cheating already while you smiling.
I'm not cheating at all. And I
Let's
tried to
see.
make it as easy as possible. You
Hmm.
ready? I could
I
now
guess.
that you say that, I actually could have snuck one over on you, but I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Wild is the first word.
I think I already know, depending on what you're gonna say next.
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
And Slayer.
Wild, unpredictable, and
Slayer.
I'm gonna go with, and I hope it's him, who is actually the character that annoys me the most. Um,
I know you got it.
yeah, I might have to. Gosh, what is his name? What is his name? What is his name? Um, um, can you give me permission to look up the name?
Go ahead and look up the name.
Okay, because uh Slayer. Yeah. Is it Inosuke?
Inosuke.
All right. Feel good about life. Got one. Finally. Got one.
Go
Finally.
you.
Okay. Yeah, I do not like him. He's very annoying. I actually was glad that he was not in the arc. I think it's like the Swordsman arc or something like that, or Swordsman Village, something like that,
Hmm.
which is my favorite arc. And but I will say it was kind of refreshing to see him in the film, So
For a brief moment.
yeah, for a brief moment.
Hmm.
So usually, y'all, as you know, we go into our watch list since it's been a while and we have a lot of content that we've seen since then. We're just gonna make a whole nother episode that talks about that because I'm pretty sure some of you actually enjoy that segment because you get your recommendations and all the stuff like that from us through that. So we're definitely gonna make one separate episode where we talk about that and we may mix up in one of our favorite games that we haven't played in a very long time. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the thick of it, just like this movie started off.
Hmm.
Blaze, I personally would say this was one of the most epic openings to a movie I think I've ever seen.
Hmm.
How was you feeling when you saw all these peoples falling down into this infinity castle? What was going through your mind?
I thought it was a great opening, like a great way to show people, especially if it's been a minute since you saw the last season. It was a
Yeah.
great way for you to remember instantly, like, oh yeah, they did end up here, but
Hmm.
also for you to see like the magnitude of where they are in
Yeah.
this castle that goes on and on and on. So like even though they're skilled slayers and fighters and stuff, they are
Hmm.
far out of their realm. Like this is gonna be hard. First of all, you don't know where you're going. Second of
Yes.
all, you can go anywhere at any moment. So I thought it was a perfect way to visually show people this is the situation, this is what's at stake, and also this is where the entire movie season whatever is going to take place in this moment because it can.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. It definitely was, in a way, I love how they used that moment to set the foundation, like you said, of this is what your experience is going to be. This is
Hmm.
high stakes. We know we slowed it down for you for the last season, but we're definitely picking it up and barely ever slowing down.
Hmm.
Um, I love the ways in which the characters, different talents, especially the Hishira, um, where their talent was able to be shown, sorry, how their
Hmm.
talent was shown throughout their fall, and how
Yeah.
we were able to visit in their minds of what they are thinking throughout this process, without being a little bit too overload with inner dialogue, because we know Demon Slayer is definitely going to give you that inner dialogue. Uh,
Hmm.
but I really loved um, that experience of them falling and how that was. And I'm gonna be honest. Well, I'll say that for last. I'll say that for last. But I would say that I definitely enjoyed it, and I really thought that um, I wouldn't say I really thought. I just really wasn't expecting for it to start off as high energy as it did, but I really did appreciate it. It kind of puts you in the vibe of what you expect from Infinity War and all this stuff like that,
Hmm.
but in animation form and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so we're falling out of the air and everything like that, and we're seeing people split up, and it has been a while, but the introductions to the demons were very unique in how they did it. And but at the same time, I did appreciate, how they did it and how we learn more information. Like I really do appreciate how we may have not gotten initial information before getting to moments, but I appreciate the writers taking out time to explain things throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like at least for when we get introduced to Upper Demon 2, did you feel like the backstory on that did that kind of slow it down for you, or did you feel like it kind of flowed for you when it came to that Hashira?
That for me was fine because it wasn't too long, and it was also like what's expected in Demon Slayer.
Got you. Got you. So how did you feel about this Upper Demon 2? Because I guess like in my head, I forgot about him, even though we didn't really get introduced to him early on anyway, as much, just briefly.
Mm-hmm.
But what were your thoughts when you were seeing all these dang near girls laid out with that? Because I think this was like probably one of the most gruesome ish moments of Demon Slayer that we've seen in the whole entire franchise.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. But I was like, okay, how we defeating him? Because I don't think we can. I don't think but also it goes to show too, like another good opening, like major fight scene for the movie to show people, especially like maybe it's somebody who's new to Demon Slayer that was like, oh, I'm gonna go see
Mm-hmm.
this movie because I like anime and it's out.
Mm-hmm.
That like upper rank 2 showed you immediately these upper rank demons not nothing to play with.
At all.
And it does not matter how
At all.
skilled you are. Like you have to, it takes more than skill to beat them. But also, I think a big purpose of the backstory is so that people understand it, since skill is not enough, what is enough. And it's we have to understand we have to
Yes.
understand more. We have to understand more about who they are to kind of figure out what their weaknesses are. Like what would even possess you to agree to become a demon in the first place? And then
Yes.
how can we use that? How can we use like who you really are to beat you? So I think that's
Yeah.
like a big point of having those backstories. For that particular one, I don't know. I
You
don't
know,
know.
he either there's way more to it that's gonna really shock us,
Hmm.
or he was just pure evil. Cause
Exactly. And he's an
yeah,
upper rank too. So I'm like, who won? Who's the upper rank one?
I mean, let's just back it on up. We talking about that because we can come back to him. Of course, we gotta wait till the next movie on him anyway.
Hmm.
Who gonna be three? Who gonna be
Yeah.
upper three?
See, they stressing me out. They stressing me out because they it's like they build these like really big bads, and it makes you wonder how are we gonna get out this situation? And
Exactly.
maybe the answer is we won't.
Like, well, it's done. The manga and everything is done. So there has to be an
Hmm.
answer to it. But it kind of goes back. I think my brother-in-law had mentioned it one time where it was like, I think it was like a compliment. He was saying like the upper demons are so OP that it's just
Hmm.
like it's more realistic because they are demons. Like they are not, they are supernatural. They have powers. They're old. They've been around for a very long time. They've been able to
Hmm.
study all of the ninja ways in a sense. And I say ninja,
Hmm.
but of course different fighting styles. And that kind of goes into definitely, demon upper three, because it's just like he basically done said, I've been studying all of this for so long.
And he was studying it prior to becoming a demon.
Yes, for so long.
Hmm.
And
But
yeah.
also for demons, like they know the way to for them to be killed. And it's it's essentially one way for them to be killed, but it's a million ways that we can die. So
A million. A
so all they
million.
have to do is figure out how to kill us, and that's easier for them than it is for us to figure out how to kill them, even though they only have one way to die. We got to get to your neck.
Yes. Yes, because ain't no sunlight in the castle.
Ain't no
So
exactly.
So the only way is to the neck, and it's like poison don't work. No matter how much I swing the sword, you can break my sword. Like, let's just talk
Mm-hmm.
about this fight with Giyu, Tanjiro, and Upper Three.
Oh no,
Like,
that fight stressed me out. Now that fight right there, when they did the backstory there, that's when I got pissed off because I was locked in, and then y'all gave me this long backstory. No, no, no. Let's go back to the
ah,
fight because
you just didn't
I'm
want to
over
care about him, Blaze. You know
I'm
that
over
tear
here
came to your eye a
sweating.
little bit.
Nah, I didn't care. You like,
You cared a little bit. You was
but
like,
it did explain
yeah,
why he was so strong. And honestly,
yes,
he just got to the point where he didn't care about nothing. So
he didn't.
it's hard to defeat somebody who don't care because their main focus is wreaking havoc and just proving that they're the strongest.
Yes. And it's basically like you proving this after death. Like you literally have nothing else to live for but to become
Hmm.
better. And
And you already are because you're a demon. So it's like you have
yes,
nothing to prove. If anything, he should have been on their side. So he can get at the upper demons and move
yes,
on. That's what he should
yes,
have been doing.
yeah.
Like, hey, my guy, we need your help with him and all your other friends. You know you can
Oh
beat us. You can beat us with ease. You over here laughing, taking
my
breaks. Like,
gosh.
my guy, we need your help with something else.
Oh man, like yeah, I did appreciate his story. I appreciate them taking out the time to give it. I didn't expect for
Hmm.
that to be him. You know, like it's crazy because it's kind of like they just kind of put you in the thick of it when it came or kind of deciding like do we feel sorry for him or not? Because sometimes I feel like throughout the Demon Slayer series, once we learned about their story, sometimes it is kind of like, oh man, like dang, that is kind of messed up, or whatever. And I feel like it definitely was like that with him. And I like how it took a different approach to like, what do you do when you're basically a child and you're trying to live and
Hmm.
you only have a parent that take care of you and you having to take care of the parent.
Hmm.
Uh, like literally, like because Aj and I was talking about it, it's like when you go through his story, if you think about it, he literally never did anything wrong, and he didn't even choose to be a demon.
Hmm.
He was chosen. Like this
He was
man, my
chosen
son
because
came up and
he
put
was
his
that
hand.
dude. He was
Yes,
that dude. Like, hey,
he was.
I heard you killed 80 some people. I was like, dang. I think I even said that out loud in the movie theater. Like, dang. If I was Muzan, I would have chose him. I would have chosen him too.
I mean, he like, I ain't gonna give you a choice. Ugh.
Mm.
And this man put his head, he put his whole arm down there through this man's head, and he was still talking to him.
Hmm.
Crazy, Blaze, crazy.
Right.
And it was like one of those things where like if you really thought about it again, he really didn't do anything technically. I mean, he did some stuff that was just bad, like stealing and all this stuff like that, but not saying that I would do the same thing that he did, but could you blame this man for doing what he did to this whole village for they was already terrorizing the place beforehand already.
Hmm.
Then turn around after doing that,
Oh no, I
use
didn't blame him at all for killing all them people in that dojo because they poisoned the person that saved him and his betrothed. They murdered
yes,
somebody first. So
yes.
I mean, I'm not saying you should kill uh but I'm just saying I get where he's coming from and I do not fault him for that because they were all he had.
Yeah, and they
And
probably was gonna try to kill him next.
exactly, they probably was mad that he didn't get none of the poison. So they were
Most
definitely
likely.
gonna kill him next.
And the crazy thing about it, I remember one of like the officials or somebody basically saying they knew that they killed him and they didn't do
Mm-hmm.
anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, man, going through, I couldn't imagine like you trying to get your life back together, you go through all this process and you're doing better and better and better. Not only that, out of your good works, you end up finding the love of your life that's
Mm-hmm.
loving you through all of the imperfections that you have shame of about yourself. And especially, man, Blaze, especially them showing like the moment where he finally was able to take her to see the fireworks too. I'm like, oh
Hmm.
man.
That was so sad.
And you do that, you know, um, it was really messed up. So, and I mentioned this because at first I'm like, oh well, he gotta go. You know, he gotta go when their head chop off, like he gone because they was playing back and forth with the spiritual realm
Hmm.
and him, like seeing his memories and this thing of just like, being with them again, but whatever like that is Kev used to say he trying to be back with him.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't think you deserve that, Doc, because you a bad. But then I see you what you did as a kid. Was it bad? Yes, but you was doing what you thought you need to do to save
Hmm.
your father. Then on top of that, you defended, you did what you did. You acted out of vengeance or revenge. And again, like we're saying, it's like we really don't blame you for what you did because like, dang, like that's really messed up. Like they deserve some type of punishment instead of just doing what they did. And people like, oh well.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, you are chosen. This man pops up and put his whole arm through your head.
Hmm.
Whole arm. Like you never did have a choice to not be a demon. And for you to be as powerful as you became, which I'm pretty sure he gave you that power, like you are a demon. You're doing what you were made to do.
Hmm. Because
Um,
he already had hate for the world
yeah,
because he blames the world for, the people that he has lost. And
yeah.
so he was the perfect candidate for a demon. So I get
Easily.
Muzan being like, hey, it's either you die or you with me. And I know you still got a lot
Right.
of hate, so you probably gonna be with me.
Cause he probably thinking, man, if he end up going over there to that village and picking up a sword or coming after me, he gonna get me. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
most
So
definitely.
so, with that being said, do you feel like, because I personally feel like they were insinuating that he may have not went to the bad place after death. He may have been able to be reunited.
That's
And
what I
if
was
that,
getting to.
so my question to you, for us to know his past and knowing how he got to that point, do you feel like that was a rightful send off for him? Or do you feel kind of up in the air like,
I do kind of feel up in the air because the people that he killed prior to becoming a demon was out of vengeance. I understand that. Once he became a demon, yes, we can say that's part of his nature or whatever, but at the you didn't have to. Like you didn't have to. Like though that was a choice. It was an honest
it's
choice. Even in his death, Corrigan, he would not just die. He freaking regenerated without a head and was still fighting them. So like no, I am up in the air about it because you don't deserve peace. You still got so much hate.
yeah. Like not only he regenerated, he grabbed on top of his head and put it back on.
And put it back on. Do you know how much hate that you gotta have for the world to be like, ah, nah, y'all ain't finna rid the world of me, not yet. I got some more people I gotta kill. Like, my guy, let it go.
Yeah, like that, like, and the funniest thing I've been seeing on TikTok, they was like Goku or Ray Goku, whichever one. They was like, he didn't stand a chance. They kept
No.
on saying he didn't stand a chance. He said, man, now that we know what we know, that man was playing with him the entire
The entire
time.
time. He could have been killed both of them. That's what I'm saying. He over here fighting the demon slayers when he need to be going out of Muzan. Like, what? You should be the head honcho, my guy.
Like it's just really hard.
And he was an upper three, which
Upper
means
three.
if he wanted to be higher, he could have. He could have took all them other ones out.
That's what I feel. Like it's just really hard for me to like you regenerated, bro. So unless these other two, these last two can regenerate or they next are extremely strong, like I don't see how he was minimum not two. Cause
Mm-hmm.
two for me, like he's more like psychologically like uh I guess demoralizing, I guess you could say, like just
Yeah.
very he sucked the energy out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah. He
saying?
gonna get
Like
in your head.
really
He gonna get in
quick.
your head. So
And
you gonna be depleted mentally and physically fighting
yeah,
him.
because the moment that you think about what did you say about my mama, your arms are chopped off.
Mm-hmm.
Your arms are
Like, wait
chopped
a
off.
minute.
Like
When did that happen? When did you
because he's
move?
extremely fast. Because if his
Yes.
powers is based off of his speed and this
Mm-hmm.
ice stuff, then I get it. But I, in upper level one, he got something to prove to me. I'm
He
sorry.
got something to prove. I'm sorry, you do. Because between two and three, I
I need to see
when
it.
I see upper one, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, I'm done. Wrap it
Yeah,
up. Abort
because
mission.
look that little sword you got and them six eyes, like okay, and I
Okay.
seen that on Resident Evil. Like, what is this?
You're gonna have
You
to
know,
come with it.
like it's I don't know, man. So
I'm starting to feel like upper one really ain't that.
I really don't feel
I feel
like it.
like he put his strongest soldiers like in the middle
Yeah.
so that he's like if you can make it past them, oh, I'm in trouble. If you can make it past them, I'm in trouble. But y'all not. Like, no.
But the tripped out thing about that Blaze, he all mad wherever he hiding it, because I guess he
Mm-hmm.
don't have to fight anybody. That three was gone, because I guess they were supposed to be fighting. I'm like, bro, if you was waiting on him to become stronger in whatever way,
Mm-hmm.
what in the world can you do?
Exactly.
What in the world can you do to where three, you was waiting on to fight three one day? That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That's
Because
really crazy.
I don't know if you would have survived the fight that day. That's how good three was.
Yes, like he literally didn't lose. Like he had to fight and get rid of him. He had to want to die.
Exactly. Now that is the only reason why I would say maybe he deserves peace because he decided to take himself out because he realized he had became the problem. He
Yeah,
became everything that he hated.
that's a word right there, Blaze.
Mm.
That's a word right there.
I try to drop him every now and then.
Ah! Yeah, it was crazy, Blaze. So, all right, so that's happened. That was the big shebang. Now, old Zenetsu.
Oh, wait, before we leave that
Oh, go
one,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I always think it's interesting learning about Tanjiro's background and stuff. And so like the little inclusion
Yeah.
of his father during that fight was pretty cool. Like the dance that his father did. And then the scene where his father killed the bear, I was like, oh, I was not familiar with your game.
Listen, listen, y'all had bear steak that night. Doggone.
Yes, and it happened so fast. And
Yes.
he did it like so smooth. I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, we need to know a little bit more about your father, Tundra, because it seemed like he has some tricks up his sleeve."
And why would you know that and you ain't using it nowhere? So again,
Mm-hmm.
is upper level one your father in some type of weird way, and the other one that was with you was like part of him. They've been living duplicate lives,
Mm-hmm.
or what? Which I do feel like it's his grandfather, but I don't know. I'm up in the air about that. So, but um, I I don't know, man. Like the part with his dad was very interesting. Like you said, like how he took that bear out like that. Like it was, and I think he said he hit him twice.
Yeah, he did it twice. Like he changed the direction of the sword, but it was so fast that he didn't even notice it at that time.
And what's crazy, Blade? He didn't even use a sword. He used the dang axe.
You're right. You're right.
He used an axe to do a
To
clean
cut through
cut.
a bear, and a bear of that size,
That was crazy.
that was crazy.
And Zenitsu doing what he did.
Hmm.
I will say Zenitsu's battle, I feel like was almost the most interesting to me to a certain degree, or at least maybe number two,
Hmm.
based off of the fact that I, where like number six just came out of nowhere. Didn't
Hmm.
know, didn't know that was happening. He popped out of nowhere. I honestly, I would think the only thing about that fight, I wouldn't have minded being a tad bit longer,
I can see that. Yeah. What
a
I
tad
enjoyed
bit longer.
about that fight, or I guess like that whole segment, was the focus on the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the master of a level of breathing, like one of the
Yeah.
techniques. I really like that conversation because once again, for a person who's sort of new to Demon Slayer, that's a good way for them to kind of understand the fighting techniques of it
Mm-hmm.
with
True.
that scene. But also
Yeah.
it shows you that, when we watch these fights and we hear people say water breathing, form this and form that, it's like, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
got all these tools in your toolbox, but are you a master of them? Or do you just know how to use them? And the
Yeah.
power of
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
master of one, like to me, was a real cool theme of that segment.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that experience was definitely interesting. Um, it definitely was to just kind of see, like you said, how that was broken down. So that's what I think that's why I had appreciation for that and why it was kind of like one of my favorites because I feel like I got more out of that, not even understanding deeper how this process actually works through the breathing there. I think their breathing style was it like thunder? Was it thunder breathing
Yeah, it
style
was
or something
thunder
like that?
breathing.
And so with that, but then also like the family dynamic of him as well, because I never felt like I fully understood where Zenitsu was coming from
Hmm.
on things. And I just kind of felt like we got all of his story kind of bundled up in one, except for the fact now you can do all of this with your eyes open.
Hmm.
That I really wish we could learn what, and I'm pretty sure they're going to explain, but what led to you being able to do that?
Was it something that happened in last season?
Was it?
I think so.
I think
What?
so.
I don't remember, but I feel like something happened last season that allowed him to tap into that.
Yeah, because it may be right because it's been a while for me, and I think you had watched it a little bit more recently too. So we're gonna have to go back and watch it. But yeah, like it's I really like Zenitsu. I hope that I don't mind humor. I really don't. But I
Mhm.
will say I like a good balance of being kind of like if he could be more of like a Armand that was in Attack on Titan where
Mhm.
he can be have a little goofy moments, but then also like he brings kind of like that groundedness of what probably the audience is probably thinking. That's what I kind of appreciate.
Mhm.
Well, I hope. I wonder if I ain't gonna say I hope, but I wonder if we're gonna end up getting outside of the Inosuke because both of them together they just goofballs.
They're such a goofball.
um,
Anuska just be too loud for me. Like, shut up.
yeah,
Tone it
yeah,
down.
and I think what's annoying is just like he's actually a great fighter. He actually is a
Yeah.
great swordsman. And I feel like we kind of lose that a little bit. Like who now remind me, who is the brother of the guy with the gun? Do you remember?
I don't.
Okay, because he kept mentioning, I feel like I remember, but I can't because I don't think it's Giyu. I don't think it's him. But but yeah, so what was like some of your favorite moments in the whole entire thing? You know, something that we probably haven't mentioned that like you just really or just the experience wise, what is something that you just really enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed the visuals the most. Like it just looked
Mm,
really good. That was my
yeah.
first time seeing like an anime movie in the theaters. And so
Hmm.
it just looked really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same too. Like just the introduction, the sound. I don't know what theater you listen to, but we was in IMAX and like just the sound design in it was just so
Yes.
intentional. Oh my gosh, man. Like
But also like just little things that I never noticed watching it on, Hulu or Netflix, like Tanjiro's earrings making a noise. I never noticed
mm,
that. I never
I
heard that
didn't catch
sound
that
before.
either.
And I was
Huh.
like, oh, that's a cool, like, little thing.
Yeah, yeah, which I guess that's kind of a nod to always make sure that we're remembering those earrings because those are like passed down or encouraged to be worn within, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
this tribe. And so, but yeah, I ain't even catch that, Blaze. Yeah, it's so much attention to detail. And, I think I've heard that there's some type of pushback on people who appreciate this type of anime approach compared to others, how it's more of like a action packed and given, tradition what people want thing versus story. But I will say I appreciate it's simple enough to follow, but
Mm-hmm.
it does get you want to learn more, and I'm pretty sure a little bit more is offered in the manga. Um, but I I will say that yes, I like Naruto and I like the world that was built for that. Of course, really enjoy Attack on Titan. I really enjoy Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, aspects of Hunter x Hunter. Like I get it, I enjoy all this stuff like that, but I will say it's nothing wrong with kind of sticking straight to the point and not being
Mm-hmm.
as elaborate because I do feel like sometimes what messes up some animes
Mm-hmm.
is you give so much information and so much detail
Mm-hmm.
that you kind of get lost as a consumer and you kind of forget what to really focus on and remember and stick to me
Yeah,
and it can kind of hurt your character development. To me,
I
I don't
agree.
know. You agree? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. But yeah, it was a really great film. And Blaze, the craziest thing is that when I saw it, I was like, I don't know if I had this feeling about an animated film since Pokemon, the first movie, and
Mm-hmm.
literally they beat Pokemon's opening weekend. Um,
Oh, wow.
and that Pokemon movie came out in '98.
Dang.
Because that was the feeling that was giving me. Because it's like, have you ever watched that movie, the first Pokemon?
If I have, I don't remember. I'm gonna be real. I
Like,
remember I used to be a
yeah,
big Pokemon fan, but I couldn't tell you
yeah,
anything about it.
yeah. Like, it was just very epic. I like the approach to it, which there's something that I always used to enjoy back in the day. Like, you would enjoy the series, but then the movie versions of the shows, like the Wild Thornberries, Hey Arnold, because I remember going to see Hey Arnold in theaters. Rugrats, when
Yeah, I remember Rugrats. Yeah.
Deal was born. Yeah, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
I remember all of those things, and I love when they take it up a notch with the animation, attention to detail, the color, all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And even though I will say I don't think it was a super big difference between the series and the movie, because definitely what really amped up when it came to animation was the district arc when they fought the twins, or well, no, the brother
Mm-hmm.
and sister thing. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, because that was almost equivalent to what we had in this movie, if not dang near the
You
same.
know what? It was because I remember being stressed about that fight. Like, are we going to survive? If y'all can't beat them, then this is it. This is
Yes,
it.
yes. And so, and I really appreciate the way they find a way to win. It's not as cliche.
Yeah.
It's different almost every single time. So I do appreciate
Hmm.
that. Zenitsu, he was just standing on business. He was
Big
like,
business.
oh, because that was the tripped out thing when the whole time Zenitsu, you thinking he's weaker and Six thinking he's weaker,
Hmm.
and all this stuff like that. And then whole time they like you thinking because you know all these things you big, but you don't even know the foundation.
You don't
That
even
was
know your foundation.
that was a
That's a
word to me, like
word.
for real, for
That's a
real.
word. That is a word.
And so I was like, man, and so I look forward to seeing what's next for Zenitsu. And I think we got two more movies left.
And
And
but
yeah, go ahead.
to mirror that, just to go back to upper three, like Zenetsu,
Yeah,
I feel like he locked in once he realized, okay, I know the foundation, so I can
yeah.
beat you. Guy who tried to lock in, like
Oh
he
no,
pushed himself into overdrive, and it still wasn't enough for dude.
no, no, it wasn't. And obviously it got to the point to where the technique that after Tanjiro kind of stepped back and tried to process things to be able to help out, like that was more of an impact of what all Gyu was doing.
Right. He was just
And
exhausting himself, which goes
yeah,
back to what I said about like, dude, you don't have to prove to any of the demon slayers that you can beat them. You can do it with ease. They are
yeah,
tiring themselves out.
yeah, yeah,
You need to
most
be
definitely.
fighting other demons. That's what you need to be doing.
Make it worth your while.
Make
Since
it
you
worth
got
your while.
since you got eternity, make it worth your while. Yeah, yeah, that I mean that was definitely like a good point, Blaze. Yeah, this Blaze, I enjoyed this movie so much. I bought the all of the mangas in one package.
Did you really?
Yes.
Is that what your
It,
delivery was today?
that's what it was. Well,
Oh
yes,
wow.
today Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
And they was on brand. They knew what they was bringing to me because guess what? The box was all torn up.
Uh,
I was like, because I was just like, look at this. I was like, yeah, they was on brand with this one.
hmm
It's fancy too. It's like a box. Like you pick it up with a handle. Like it's also when you take one out, it's like literally in a box crate thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, like Mexico.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you just like it's like a whole Demon Slayer box and it got a handle. You can just carry it around with you like a suitcase.
Not you
I
gonna
didn't even
take
know
that to
that.
work.
Listen. But yeah, I'm all in. It's after this movie, it's definitely it's up there for me.
hmm
Um, I would probably it's gonna be hard to probably put it over Yu Yu Hakusho. I'll probably put it right under Yu Yu Hakusho, possibly.
hmm
It'll probably be for me right now, Attack on Titan, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, and then Demon Slayer. I think that's what I'll put it as. Yeah. So it's this is really good. This is really good. So other than that, y'all, we gonna hang it up right there. We gonna hang it up because it's great. And you know, a movie is great. And maybe just because we already knew it was gonna be more to it, but I wasn't even mad when the credits started rolling.
You
Just because I feel
wasn't.
like I
I
no, I
wasn't
feel
either.
like I
I was
got
like,
enough.
wait a minute. No, I was a little bit. I was like, wait a
You
minute,
was?
because I need to know what's gonna happen. But that it was a fleeting like, wait a minute, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that was enough for now,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
y'all gonna give us some more.
Yeah, I felt like I got enough from that. I was like, you know what? I need a break from this. This is crazy. I
But
don't
also
even want.
another thing that I liked about it
Yeah.
too was like it just also showed how realistic it kind of put some realism in there where they are trying to keep this fight going until sunrise. And so it made sense for it to start in this movie but not end in this movie because we still
Mhm.
got a lot to go. If it all happened in this one movie, then it makes you think back like, well, dang, was it really that hard?
True. True. Yeah. Yeah, I do. And I like how like you and Tanjiro, like the crows at the end, like don't die. Like,
hmm
you know what I'm saying? Like like some of the greatest warriors done fell down here and we only got four Hashira left. Um, and we're going to see how that goes. Which in my head, if it's four of them left,
hmm
and we've already had, I think, what? So with the brother and the sister, was that four and five?
I think so.
So if it's four and five, and
I
I'm
think
pretty sure
so.
we had the other ones in the forest and other ones in between. I am interested to see where this is so that means we're finna get ready to see Upper One.
Yeah.
And it's about to get really ugly. We're about to see Upper One.
I mean, if you're right about it being two movies, then heck, the whole next movie can just be Upper One.
True.
Because with number three, the way as bad as he was, and number two, number one should need its own movie. And then moves on need its own movie.
Yeah. I think that's how it's gonna end up going. We're gonna finish up with two. It's probably going two and one, maybe split, maybe, depending on because Demon Slayer gonna drop something on us, so we're gonna be like, what the crap? We didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was great. One of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely looking forward to the next one. But other than that, y'all, that's all we got. And as always, if you ever have any recommendations, want to chime in, hit us up on all our platforms. We'll definitely reach back out to you all. But other than that, peace.
Peace.